When I was young, my parents, given some of the limitations that they had, they were not able to complete the education they wanted to. Combined, they have a education, that of an elementary student. Both of them always share that with me because it wasn't a sense of defeat or we couldn't accomplish it, but it was because, hey, we did this, but you could do better. They said, you need to do the best that you can, and you need to do as much as you can. And in a way, break through and open doors. I found myself now in a different country with a whole different community, a new culture, and I also found myself alone. So I spent my birthday by myself, and that's when it really hit me. Like, I'm away from home. And I did not realize, once again, that there were a lot more nuances, details under this big decision of moving away from home, going to a different country. Money was not there. And at that point forward, what I did was I started working. That thought alone of me working 2 to 3 jobs, 40, 50 hours a week, even at age 14, that really put a sense of you really need to continue and get your education. Walking around and seeing the high school again, it brings me just so many memories, joy, some sad moments. But in general, I think it was a very, very, very exciting experience. Once I graduated from high school, the financial aspect of continuing my education was a burden. And in my case, I was like, well, I have to worry about work. I have to worry about, my financial means and also my basic needs. And that's where I was a little torn because I was like, well, I can't really make it happen, and not on my own anyways. And that's essentially where I kind of took a step back and said, well, is my education then, like, this is the end of it? Or what do I do? Scholarships were critical for me to be able to continue my education. They provide the freedom for you to focus on your education rather than work 2, 3 jobs to be able to maneuver. During the pandemic, there was an opportunity that Telacu had shared with PepsiCo to bring on a leader to support their government affairs efforts and strengthen the work they did in community.
Hey, Jessica, how are you?
I believe that there is a great importance for us to not only continue to pave a way, but to bring others along with us. In my eyes, a mentor bears a responsibility not just to be there as a sounding board. Sometimes it was difficult for me because I didn't really have someone there. But once I did have a mentor, those people became very critical in guiding me and shaping me to the person I am today. So my mentees, all I wanted to do was just be able to help them navigate as best as possible. What I often get asked is, is education really critical? What I say to them is the fact that education plays a role for different people. And of course, everybody's personal experiences are different from one another. But one of the things that I always share, that there is a continuous learning process in general. Learning, educating yourself to continue to move on. It's going to enable you to unlock doors. I say, education has done this for me. Imagine what it could do for you. It has always crossed my mind, whether I make the right or the wrong decision to move to a different country and go after a dream, an education. I never really thought that what I have accomplished was possible. I feel like every obstacle, every challenge I faced and I overcame was because of the sense of pride that I was going to create for my family. And now we get to go back home and share that mom and dad, we did it. It's one of those happy moments in life that you realize that all the hard work pays off.